Yo, yo, yo. Welcome back to the Rest Hold Podcast. Episode 22, brought to you by your boys, Tanner Fred, and me, Zach Foreman. Tanner, say what's up.
What's going on, everybody? Hope you had a little bit of a better week than I did. Feeling a little bit below the weather, under the weather.
Mm-hmm.
Got my, feel-good hot chocolate here, ready to go.
But the show must go
Show
on.
must go on. Can't stop the content.
And here we are,
Here we are.
under the weather.
If
Rainy.
you see me, lean off real quick, probably just grabbing a tissue or something, I apologize for that, but gotta do what you gotta do to get the content moving.
But we're here.
We're
for
here.
the fans, for the friends of the
Always.
pod.
Never missing weeks.
Never. Can't do it. Speaking of can't missing weeks, this week in wrestling.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty good overall.
A good Friday through Tuesday.
Yeah. The Sami Zayn conspiracy runs deeper than we all thought.
Very deep.
So deep.
I might go as far as saying that War Games was can't miss.
I would say that matches on War Games were can't miss.
Well, I think that's really it. Is the main event of War Games was can't miss.
Let's just start with War Games. It's the big one of the week. What would you give it out of 10?
Okay, so I might have a bit of an unpopular take. Maybe, I don't know. I didn't really read too much about what the internet was saying.
Yeah, I didn't either.
But I did not like the women's War Games. Not to say I appreciated what it was. It was fine. It was an okay match. Definitely better than Women's Survivor Series.
Yeah,
Definitely
hard
better
to be
than
worse.
that. But I didn't love it. I thought that the shoulder dislocation spot and the gimmick to carry that through the entire match was ridiculous. I thought it was ridiculous. The spot was awesome, and that's fine. And in fact, I believed she got hurt.
Yeah.
I really did, because the way she fell looked like she could have dislocated her shoulder. But once I realized that it was all work and she wasn't really hurt, having Io try to relocate the shoulder in the middle of the match with just her leg as the the joint, I don't know, man.
I didn't have a problem with the concept of the actual spot. I think you could have done it better. If you had Raquel throw her into the turnbuckle kind of thing to pop it back in, that would have been a little bit more practical. Because most of the time, you could pull it back in, but it's a lot harder to do than having someone just kind of ram it into something.
Yeah. So I don't want to claim this as an original thought, because I didn't think of this, but I was reading about this, and let me know your thoughts on it.
Sure.
Use that same spot at the end of the match and win on that spot.
Just on the table dive?
Yeah.
Yeah, you could.
And it does the same thing, right? So Cora Jade got over in that match because she did the Swanton.
Yeah.
Right. But that's the most memorable spot of the match. No questions asked. Why not end on it?
Yeah, I don't know. That is a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably I would just saved it for later.
That's it, because you could have set up the spot. Think about how the match ended. The two big boots that knocked Gigi and Raquel down after Raquel powerbombed JC. Who's to say they didn't set up JC on the table instead of that powerbomb, and then the double big boot happens?
Yeah.
You can end the match there with the Swanton, and then you got your baby face running out with a serious injury. So you win, but at what cost?
Yeah.
And I think maybe that has a longer lasting effect.
Okay.
And especially for me, because I just hated the way the match went on after that.
Yeah, I feel like they tried to force out that little 4v1 spot with Cora where she had the kendo stick.
Yeah.
They did a weird what was that weird tease with Kaylee Ray with the seemed like maybe a heel turn. That was kind of weird. Mm-hmm. It felt like a lot of ideas that didn't get fleshed out. So they were let's just do all of them.
Yeah. But to answer your original question about what I would give the pay-per-view as a whole, probably a 7.5 or an 8.
I think that's high, personally.
Really?
I think that's pretty high.
So, I'm giving it based on the wrestling, right? Yeah. I know, the story for Cameron Grimes and Duke Hudson, whatever. The haircut match, it's a dumb stipulation, whatever.
Yeah.
But the tag match was one of the best tag matches I've seen in a very long time. I think
that's what saved it for me from keeping it above average.
Yeah. So
that tag match was phenomenal. Fabian Eichner is a monster.
I think
the ring.
I mean, we've said it. I don't know. The last few weeks, we've kind of been teasing it, but I actually am of the mindset that Imperium is probably a top 2 or 3 tag team in WWE.
It might be in the world.
Well, I mean,
there's some good tag teams elsewhere, but yeah.
But right, I think
they're really good.
There's not a doubt in my mind that they could go with
anyone,
the Street Profits, the New Day, the Usos, the Young Bucks.
Yeah, 100%.
Imperium can go.
They're very, very good. Fabian Eichner might be the best tag wrestler in WWE.
I mean, the guy doesn't miss a spot.
He's absurd.
He's on time, and he's sharp.
He's uber athletic.
Yeah.
And strong as an ox.
Yeah.
Just, I mean, he carried. I don't want to say he carried that because all the other three competitors were also very good.
Again,
but he carried that.
And again, like, I'm not the biggest O'Reilly guy. I mean, I've been abundantly clear about that, but he's a good tag team wrestler. And he was fine in the match.
I had a little bit of beef with NXT about Kyle, but we'll get to that later. But
yeah, that match was so good. I think that match is like as close to a perfect tag match as you can get.
Yeah, that was really close.
So again, props to Von Wagner, who I am unsure of at the moment, but good.
I think this Tuesday did a lot for him.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
Keeping all War Games, I thought the Joe Gacy and Roddy match was fine.
Right, exactly.
That's about it.
It's fine. So I think that's about an average match.
Yeah.
There's not much to say about it except that they got what they needed across. Roddy needed to win.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, it couldn't have even been, and I don't think it ever really was that close. Like,
no,
Gacy had a spot.
He has offense, but
it was never like, oh, he's gonna win right now.
No, yeah, no.
And then I mean, the main attraction, right?
So this is my problem with the women's War Games match, and the women were fine. I thought they did a pretty good job. Some of the things, out of their control.
Maybe too many weapons.
I think that's a problem with both matches.
Well, yeah, the men's too, yeah.
Like, let's make this a little bit more about wrestling. I understand, like, the hardcore aspect is cool, and it has its place.
Yeah.
But the men are just more fluid.
100%.
There's no downtime. There's not, what should I do?
Yeah.
Where the women, there's moments of that. And sure, like, Cora Jade's 20 years old.
Right.
Like,
and she's
been wrestling for 3 years.
And she's nursing an injury the whole match.
She's wrestling for literally 3 years.
Yeah.
So, like, new. I mean, Gigi and JC have been around, but pretty new. Mandy's, I'm just going to say it, Mandy's not very good.
It didn't feel like, I know what you're saying, but it just felt like almost too choreographed, right? Like, where they're doing spots left and right.
Here's my thing. I think with War Games, you can tell how good a match is in two different places. Mm-hmm. When it's 2v1 and when it's 3v2. Mm-hmm. If you can't get those spots right, it doesn't matter what you do in the rest, for me. Mm-hmm. Because that's when it's like, okay, you're going to have this weird, awkward situations. Yeah. How do you work past that? And the men killed it.
The men did.
The men did a fantastic job with it. Where the women were kind of, there's times where it's like, I don't really know where I should be, what I should be doing.
Yeah, and it almost felt like the women tried to handle it by taking three, like, for example, when it was 3 versus 2, right? They took 3 people out of it. Mm-hmm. So, like, or, I'm sorry, 3 people out of it, so it's a 1v1. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And, like, that's fine. I get it, because it's easier to do that, to have a 1v1 go on with 3 people, knocked out. But it's not every time. Mm. Like, maybe someone gets knocked out for a second, gets back up. Yeah. Like, you got to be able to carry that. And correct me if I'm wrong, but it shortens every time someone comes in, right? It goes down to 3 minutes.
5 minutes the first time, and then 3 minutes every time after that.
So you should be able to carry something, some sort of, like, entertainment for 3 minutes. Yeah. And maybe that was too many weapons. Maybe that was too many, quote-unquote spots. But they didn't really, like you said, fluidly wrestle during those periods at all. And then, come the finish, even then it's not fluid.
Yeah,
they're swinging sticks, they're doing X, Y, and Z. And then I mean, we talk about this all the time too. The double knockdown spots are terrible spots.
Yeah. Especially when, like, Raquel is just taller.
You saw that it didn't connect.
She's just taller.
Like, you just see that it didn't connect.
If you're going to do a spot like that, do it with, like, Gigi and Kaylee Ray.
Yeah.
Where it's pretty much the same height.
Yeah.
And you could sell me. Raquel would just hit her first.
Yeah. Which she did.
But
yeah, so not saying the match was bad, because
I thought it was pretty good.
I don't think it was bad. I just didn't love it.
Yeah, no, I thought it was above average.
And not to toot our own horn, but it was what we said would be the problem. It was one team had a bunch of people that weren't as talented as the other team. Yeah. So they couldn't hang.
Yeah. And I think it's hard too, and, like, this is the same thing. And this is why it's hard. Like, I'm all for, like, the women deserve the exact same amount of attention and everything else as the men, 100%.
Yep.
But then it's hard when you do that and then you compare the two, like, right next to each other. Yes. The men's match was so good.
This men's War Game, and I know we kind of hyped it up to be, like, this extravagant match, it delivered.
It was. It
delivered.
The only thing I'm glad they didn't do, they almost did it, and I was going to be really... I'm very happy the match didn't end on, like, that 4v4 confrontation. Yes. I'm very happy that the match continued after that point.
Yeah, well, they had their guy that they wanted to win and stand tall. And, credit to me, I will do that. I called this. I said Braun's going to pin Ciampa at War Games. And Braun pin champ at War Games. It seemed so obvious, like I couldn't even believe.
I think that's why I didn't pick it, because it was so obvious.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of predictions,
yeah, you did better than me this week.
Swept War Games.
Yeah, I didn't do too hot.
Swept War
Games.
Games.
Was that 3 for 5?
Yeah, because we were
no
2 for 5 because we were different on 3. Yeah.
Jeez.
But I mean, I was 2 for 7 on Survivor Series.
Survivor Series were rough.
So not good.
Yeah.
But this time I went.
We gotta get like a.
Yeah, keep a running tally.
Yeah. Starting for day 1, I'll get like a during our predictions. I'll display like a.
We'll
our records.
Bring in 2022 strong with a little
do you want to
competition.
do you want to do our overall record picks, or do you want to do like how many times I've beaten you?
Well, we'll go overall picks.
Oh, just
right?
how many times we've gotten a pick right now?
See who
I'll have to dig
got
through
it.
the data.
We'll post 2021 overall and then start 2022 fresh. We'll be a little
like
AEW
like
New
that.
Year records.
Yeah.
But yeah, so War Games, I mean, pretty good.
Pretty good.
Overall.
Yeah, I gave it like a 6.5.
Yeah, I could
feel
see
like
it.
some of that, like, it's hard for me to give a pay-per-view an 8 when more than 50% of the matches, I'm like, that was fun.
You know what? Now that I mean, I know you could probably tell when I was talking about it. I even forgot about Joe Gacy and Roddy. So you're probably right in the fact it's more probably like a 6.5 or a 7 rather than a 7.5. So I think that's a fair rating too, because that's not saying any match is bad.
I don't think any match is bad.
It's just saying 1, maybe 2 matches really delivered. And when it's only 5 matches, that's not really enough to propel you over the top.
Yeah.
Now, if I'm rating it match by match, the tag match is probably an 8.5.
I would even go to a 9.
Yeah, I mean,
I'd be tempted to go to a 9.
They were crazy really good. And the men's War Games storyline and in-ring ability, that's
9.
like a 9.
Yeah. Those were really good. And then I'd probably give the rest of them like a 6.
Yeah, so
6 or 7.
And the fact that it's 3 matches out of 5 that is like that brings it down. Yeah. So I think that's a fair rating. We're not bashing the program. It was good.
No, it was very good. I mean, I enjoyed it. Like, there's no points where I was like, I wish I was turning this off.
Yeah.
I enjoyed every match. Just,
Want to just jump to NXT Fallout then and just wrap that up? Yeah. Johnny Wrestling?
I think he's staying, man.
I hope he's staying.
I don't know. If you're getting really sent off, you don't get jumped.
Don't you, though?
No.
Maybe not jumped necessarily, but
not Johnny.
Like not
Johnny.
You're probably right, and I really hope he stays. And also, not to look too into the promo he cuts, but it sounds like he's confident in himself that maybe he does take that jump to the main roster. Maybe. I'm not, don't look too much into it, but it is a promo. But yeah, man, Johnny, if
Grayson Waller is the biggest heel in wrestling.
Yeah, I mean, that was a huge.
I'm all in on Grayson Waller.
Huge rub.
Huge.
And he's been for the last 3 or 4 weeks.
They really like him.
He's been doing really well. Oh, okay. I just want to walk back a take.
Sure.
Walk back a take. It was very clear from the War Games match who the worst wrestlers in the match were. And again, not to say that they're bad, because Grayson Waller and Tony D are very good for where they're at, and they will be very good moving forward. Mm-hmm. But it's no questions asked.
No, there's a clear 1A, 1B.
Braun Breaker and Carmelo Hayes are levels above the other 2.0 talent.
100%.
They are black and gold ready. They are, I would go as far as saying either one of them could be plugged into a meaningful segment on the main roster.
Yeah,
so
100%.
I'll just walk that take back from last week where I was kind of riding the high of Grayson Waller's promos, and I was all in on Grayson Waller, and still am.
No, me too.
But
he's very good.
But the match showed who the real top dogs are. Yeah. Okay, but anyway.
They're putting a lot of stock in him.
Yes.
Tons.
Yeah, first rubs with LA Knight. Yeah. Promo with LA Knight, that's huge. Second, rubs Ciampa.
Here's my only issue I have with this a little bit, is where do you go from here?
Well, so that's the thing. If Johnny leaves, which hopefully not,
I think
or
no matter what, Johnny's gone for a little bit.
Yeah, or
whether that means he's leaving or he's doing paternity leave or whatever it is, I don't think we're going to see him on TV for a little while.
Right. So he jumps Johnny, then what? Does he, does Ciampa, I can't believe you would send off my boy like this.
I mean, but they just wrestled.
I know, but clearly they have other plans to drag this probably to the next pay-per-view with Breaker.
Which is what? They announced it.
I don't remember.
Is it New Year's Evil?
New Year's Evil,
New Year's Evil?
So he'll probably get the match at New Year's Evil.
Is that the Tuesday after?
Day one.
It's directly after.
Yeah, Tuesday after day one.
Day one's on a Saturday. It's
day one.
It's the first, right? Yeah, it's on Saturday. I'm surprised they're doing that. You're competing with a lot of bowl games.
Yes. I mean, the New Year's Six are the huge games.
Yeah. I'm surprised they wouldn't just wait and do the Sunday.
Yeah. I mean, they're having Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns main event day one, so that's a draw. So I'm sure they'll be okay. They'll get views. I was reading, not to derail too much or get off topic, but this is going to be a staple of a pay-per-view now.
Oh, they're keeping this?
They're going to go day one for a while because TLC has been notoriously bad during the holiday season.
It's terrible.
So they're going day one instead of TLC.
That's good. That's probably a good idea.
Throw a TLC match on day one. Bring back the
stipulation. You can just have the match.
Yeah. I'm fine with that.
Which is why I'm very happy they had Hell in a Cell at, what was it, SummerSlam? No. The next one?
I'm drawing a blank.
Whatever it was, with Seth and Edge. I don't remember a pay-per-view, but one of them.
Yeah.
It's a good idea. Just do that more. You can just have the matches. They don't have to be on a gimmick pay-per-view.
Except War Games. That has to be War Games.
I mean, that's different. I mean, stuff like that is like you can't have Money in the Bank. They used to have it at Mania.
Yeah.
But that's kind of your pay-per-view now, and that's fine because those matches take a while.
Yes.
So those are fine. But
and Elimination Chamber. Which again doesn't have to be
on a pay-per-view.
It doesn't have to be.
Like they had it at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
They had it at. I think they've had it at Survivor Series before. I could be dead wrong, but they've had it at other things.
Yeah.
The only real one is the Rumble.
That
really have the Rumble.
I mean, the Royal Rumble needs to be the Royal Rumble. That's fine.
A little more.
A little tangent.
A little more of a joke.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah. But NXT.
Yeah, we're back.
So, they clearly have like Band-Aid or not Band-Aid plans, but like layover plans for Breaker to get him there. I mean, the feud with Roddy, well, it means nothing. Malcolm is funny on the mic and he makes it happen. LeBron Breaker.
That is good. Yeah.
So I mean, I'm excited to see that match.
Yeah, it'll be good.
It's not for the title or anything like that, so I do think Breaker.
They kind of made it seem like it was, but I don't think it is.
I don't think it is. I do think Breaker wins that.
Yeah.
Or gets jumped by the Creed brothers, and there you go. Another match for another week before he fights Ciampa.
That'd be a tough one, though. What do you have him fight both of them?
One at a time.
You can't just bury him.
One at a time, 2v1 handicap.
Still gonna bury him.
I mean, they lost to Briggs and Jensen.
Yeah, but you lost to two people at least.
No, you didn't, actually. You didn't. You lost to one because Briggs got distracted.
JD and BJ.
Yeah. Oh, gosh. Briggs got distracted by GYV.
That's true, I guess.
And then he got rolled up. So, whatever. Not important. I guess talking about Briggs and Jensen, Briggs is far better than Jensen.
It wasn't on Hulu, so I didn't get to watch it.
Okay, gotcha. So they had a quick tag match with the Creed brothers. GYV distracts Briggs. Somehow Jensen still rolls up the Creed brothers. Whatever, not important. But during the match, I know Briggs had been around and he was Evolved champ or whatever it was. But he's better than Jensen.
You know what I learned the other day? Because it was recommended to me by WWE on YouTube for no reason. Eddie Kingston and Joe Gacy used to be tag champions involved. Videos out of
now he's talking about inclusivity and safe spaces. Being tag
don't know why it got recommended to me. The video's 9 years old or something like that. But little anecdote.
Kind of crazy because Joe Gacy does not look like he's been doing it for 9 years.
No.
He looks young.
No,
and maybe he is. I don't know.
Yeah.
I still don't like him.
Cam Grimes been doing it for like 9 years. He's like 22.
It's true. These young guys, man, they know what they want to do and they do it. Respect. I mean, other than that, they got Cora Jade feuding with Mandy.
I think she's their golden goose, man.
Yeah, they like her.
Just in like the entire women's division.
I don't think she's ready to be champion.
No, not at all. But think about it this way: like, how old's Becky? Probably 34.
Yeah. I mean, you got young talent, young women.
I'm just saying, like, think about like where Becky is now.
And I feel like Sasha's got to be young too. Like, she can't be that old.
She's probably 29, 30.
Yeah, maybe even.
I think she's like about 30.
Yeah.
But think about it, like, okay, let's just say 29.
Okay, yeah.
Think about where Cora Jade is now and where they have her. Think about 9 years from now.
You have some young talent that you can get behind.
Yeah.
And it looks like they are. I mean, Cora, Liv are both
pretty
main event for their division. I mean, Bianca's not old.
No, she's pretty young.
So.
Yeah, they have the women's division is going to be really good for a while.
The future's looking good for WWE.
Yeah.
Like, the young talent and the developmental, it works.
I mean, say what you will now about the cuts and the releases, and of course, all of them are unfortunate. You hate to see people not have a job. But in 2 years, we might look back on this and be like, you know what? Probably not a bad idea.
Yeah, agreed. I mean, that's kind of it for NXT.
Yeah, NXT was, like, good.
That's it, good?
It was good.
I
enjoyed it.
I just want to, one last point about NXT.
Sure.
I mean, Matt Riddle, the shaman.
I didn't like it at first.
I don't know how I feel about it one way or the other.
That's kind of where I'm at now. I don't hate it. I don't love it. I feel like it could have been...
I'm going to say I was a little underwhelmed because I don't know what exactly I was expecting, but I wasn't expecting that. But I don't hate it. They're kind of similar character, personalities. It might work, and maybe that's NXT is like jumping ship. Maybe it's like, okay, we've had our run here on NXT. Maybe it's time to get pulled up. Maybe
the way Riddle talked about it didn't make it seem like they were
No,
getting
it
called
didn't,
up.
but it may be sooner than later.
No, I definitely agree with I could see them like I can't see them in the Rumble. I could see them like post-Mania maybe.
Yeah, and that's still very soon.
No, that's really soon. That's 5 months.
The scheme of WWE, that's
tomorrow.
Quick turnaround.
Yeah.
Speaking of potential call-ups, people we haven't seen in a little while, and a little activity on the Instagram, Odyssey Jones.
Yeah, that was that was an interesting
Odyssey Jones
little
on the caption
there.
Saying, "My first and potentially last takeover."
I mean, that can mean a lot of things. That could just be a
Maybe
a humble post. You
yeah.
know, you never count your chickens kind of thing.
Yeah.
But it could also a little hint, a little.
Maybe the time is coming to sound the alarm on a Friday night Smackdown.
I mean, hoping not on Raw, just for the sake of WWE.
Yeah.
But SmackDown could definitely use some talent over there.
Mm-hmm. All right. So SmackDown.
SmackDown was good this week, actually. I mean, for what it was, I guess.
When Brock Lesnar's around, the show will be better.
Yes, 100%.
It's just a matter of fact. SmackDown for the last 3 weeks, terrible.
Not very good.
I think that it's been the worst wrestling show on TV. Went from being must-see TV week in and week out to the last 3 weeks or so, god-awful. Without, excluding Roman segments, you can almost skip the whole episode.
Yeah, pretty much.
But we get Brock Lesnar back. And the dynamic he had with Sami Zayn
was awesome.
So good.
I thought it was great.
So good. And that, Brock's a true professional. He's an all-time wrestler, all-time WWE guy. He doesn't get the credit he deserves for being as good as he is at everything.
Yeah.
He doesn't cut the best promos, fine. But he plays his character damn good.
Yeah. And say what you will about, Brock and what he does, but, he's put Seth over 3 times.
He puts Roman over all the time.
He was going to put Roman over again at Mania the first time.
Yeah.
And that wasn't his call.
Mm-hmm.
People who, talk bad about WWE always be like, yeah, but Brock, great guy.
Yeah.
The nicest person, helped me out. I think CM Punk just had a comment the other day where he was like, yeah, Brock's one of the nicest people I've worked with.
Company
when I
guy.
switched to UFC, he was texting me all the time, asking if I needed advice, how to help, anything.
Yeah.
So
I believe it. Brock's everyone says, oh, he's people from the outside, oh, he's this, he's that, and, trying to talk bad about him, but none of us know him.
Yeah.
Everyone that does know him.
And no one knows what conversations are happening behind closed doors.
Exactly. And everyone that, whatever, not important.
And
but
you could be like, oh, Brock comes back for the belt, he comes back for money. I mean, he does.
Brock,
do you blame him?
Yeah, one thing is, you would too.
Yeah.
Second thing is, Brock gets the title, and 6 months later, sure, he's not on TV every time. 6 months later, you have a dominant new champion that every fan is behind because he beat Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
So whether that's Seth Rollins, whether that's Roman Reigns, or who knows who's next, right? You're going to be a major champion because you beat Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
But anyway, back to SmackDown.
Yeah.
Sami Zayn can work with anybody.
I think he's the most underrated guy in the business overall.
Yes, I think that's a fair statement to say because he's a top in-ring performer and a top mic guy.
Yeah.
And he gets not treated like he's not, but he gets overlooked in a sense.
Yeah.
So, yes, he's in the main event picture, quotes, with Roman. Yeah. He's not really, but you got a guy that can carry a segment and do a bit and lose, and if we're onto anything, furthers the conspiracy theory. So, yeah, good. Sami Zayn gets that kind of opportunity. What kind of opportunity was it? Not much of a real one, but still.
Just to keep on the Sami Zayn parade here, he just went in the last 2.5 weeks from working with Vince McMahon to Brock Lesnar to Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
That's not somebody they don't like.
And who knows what happens next? Because if they're doing anything right, it has been Sami Zayn. And whether it's intentional or not, like we said last week, they could easily run with the conspiracy is still alive.
Yeah,
This
Brock
Friday.
forced him into that match,
Yeah.
blah, 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 blah.
It could be anything.
Yeah, anything. There's so much opportunity there, and I hope they capitalize on it.
And I think that's a perfect way to do it. I never wanted to take the match. Everybody saw I got coerced into it because of Brock Lesnar. I want a rematch. Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
Story wrote itself again.
There it is.
Then the end of the show, Brock comes out, lays an absolute whooping on Sami Zayn. F5, F5. Roman comes out, spear, 1, 2, 3. Match was done. And as the show was going on, I was like, this match isn't going to happen.
Yeah.
I was like, this is going to be a 2-second match, 2-second match. And then it gets to like 9:50. They finally start like intros. I'm like, oh, it's a 2-second match. Like something's going to happen. Sure enough, Brock comes out. Boom. F5, F5. Roman comes out, spear. 9:57 on the dot, as SmackDown tends to do. Ends 3 minutes early.
I mean, I talked myself into Sammy winning a few times. I'm like, he's going to do it. I'm like, this is it. He's going to do it.
Yeah.
He did not do it.
Me too.
He did not.
I didn't. What the scary part about us talking ourselves into it is like halfway through SmackDown, I was like, I think I would be okay with this.
I was all for it.
I was like, I think I would like this. And I'm the biggest Roman guy I know. I was like, I might actually enjoy a bit where Sami Zayn got put over.
Yeah.
I mean,
because I don't think, depending on how you do it, it doesn't really weaken Roman.
No, because if Brock is the one that causes it, it's Brock Lesnar cost you the title.
Yeah.
Then you have Roman win it back next week. What's the big deal?
Yeah.
I mean, it breaks the streak, and that's obviously what they're going for.
Yeah.
But it would have been funny.
Yeah, I would have liked it. I thought it would have been good storytelling.
Yeah.
But I understand why they didn't also. So I'm not too mad about either way, but I was a little excited there for a while.
Charlotte, nuclear on the mic. She seems to be getting better every week.
She is. She's good. I mean, the only part of her that you can really criticize is getting better. So
yeah, the mic work was always her weakest point.
Yeah.
We kind of had a fun discussion of the 4 horsemen women. Where do you rank them?
On the mic.
On the mic. Because in ring, obviously, it's Charlotte. But on the mic, and this might be a hot take. What I had, actually, the rating's not necessarily a hot take. I had it as Bayley 1, Becky 2. Then Charlotte, now, as of today, then Sasha. And I know the Sasha stands are going to go crazy.
Yeah,
they're going to rip into this one. But if we're being honest, Sasha's promo work since the feuds with Bianca has gotten worse. And I don't know if it's because how many times can you say, I'm the boss?
No, I can tell you exactly what it is. She's not a good face. That's really all it is.
Well, I mean, she was a heel with Bianca, and it was still boring to listen to.
I mean, they also dragged that.
That's true. That could be it.
I mean, up until Mania, it was really good.
Yeah.
I mean, how many times? And then her next feud again was Bianca. What different things can you really say?
Yeah. I guess. No, you're probably right.
The only difference is now I want my belt back.
Yeah. But maybe, I'm not saying that Sasha can't cut a promo.
No,
I'm saying
so
the
good.
promo she's been doing have been bad.
Yeah, and now she's a face. Like, she's just not a very good face.
And a terrible way to turn it. Like, I don't know. It's not. They didn't deal her a good hand, is all I'm saying.
Yeah.
So right now, the 4 horsewomen, I would have it ranked as Bayley, who's not even wrestling, but I just know she's the best.
She's the best one. She's easily the best one.
Ding dong, hello.
Yeah, she's.
I mean, she's more memorable quotes than anything, and she's not even here.
Yeah.
Becky.
I can't wait for her to be back at the Rumble, man.
That's when she wins the Rumble.
Freak out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nah, she's not winning.
Yeah, she'll win.
I have my pick, but.
Okay. Yeah, so let us know what you guys think. How would you rank your horsewomen on the mic?
On the mic.
Or if you have, a sleeper out there that you want to throw in and have a discussion about, maybe, a Zelina Vega, where does she fit in? The women, they got some good promo work.
They do.
So, let us know your thoughts. Any other standouts on SmackDown?
I don't think so. I think that's pretty much it.
Yeah?
The tag match was weird. I don't really even have much to say.
Not much to say about it.
It's kind of just weird.
A lot of things on SmackDown lately have felt
they're just weird.
Just kind of weird. Just kind of placed in there.
Yeah, they're just there.
Yeah.
Moving on to Raw, I guess.
Monday Night Raw.
Pretty good. Raw was all right. I didn't hate it. I liked a lot of things about it.
The big program, the big segment they're working with, it's must-see TV. The Kevin Owens, the Big E, and the
They had
Seth
a
Rollins.
phenomenal match.
Yeah, you gotta watch. I mean,
I have a major beef with this that we'll talk about once we finish our little recap, but phenomenal match.
I mean, Kevin Owens has now gone on for 4 weeks, putting on match of the night. He's a top guy in the company. And which brings me to the news I was reading today, is that regardless of this main event feud, Kevin Owens is gone. Kevin Owens is leaving the company. His contract comes up in January 2022, and rumor has it he was added to this match just to take the fall and have whoever wins, everyone look strong, keep the feud going between Big E and Seth moving forward. I personally hate to hear it.
Yeah,
I
so
hope
good.
I hope it's just another rumor mill of people like, no, Kevin's out of here, because Kevin's awesome.
Truthfully, though, if that is the case,
yeah.
like, a lot of respect to him for not just, mailing it in every week.
Oh, yeah.
He's still going every week.
If it is true, Kevin Owens is doing exactly what a veteran or someone on the way out should do. He's tearing the house down every week and putting people over, putting people to the moon.
Yeah.
I mean, Big E probably, outside of his match with Roman, probably had his best match ever with Kevin Owens this week.
Probably not best match ever, but
like
in this
singles,
run,
no. You think even better than who?
His Sheamus match was insane.
Oh,
that match was
the
really
street
good.
fight.
That match was really good.
Okay, that's fair. But yeah, so he's doing his job. But anyway, Seth Rollins getting involved, it makes sense.
Makes perfect sense.
Like, he wants them both to be hurt. He wants them both weak. He wants to win the title.
100%.
He's feuding with both of them. So yeah, I get it.
Yeah,
makes sense.
Yeah,
they're doing this right. This is a good, well-written, playing out well, good segment. No complaints.
I have a complaint.
Let's hear it.
Bobby Lashley is going to come out and jump people.
Yeah.
Put it on TV.
Yeah.
Don't put it on during commercial.
Yeah, what is that?
Let me see it. I don't want to see the replay. I want to see Bobby come sprinting down the ramp and killing people.
I love that they're doing it.
Yeah.
Like, there's going to be hell to pay, and there's repercussions coming for Bobby Lashley being wronged.
Yeah.
I
don't think we should see him involved in this at all until after the pay-per-view, though.
Yeah,
now
I
want to
agree.
see him squashing some people.
Yeah. I mean, MVP being back and talking for him again, that helps.
Yeah.
It's going to... I mean, not that Bobby can't cut a promo, but he's
like Brock.
Yeah, he does his job. He does his promo.
Yeah.
I'm a destroyer. I'm Bobby Lashley. It works because he is Bobby Lashley.
Yeah.
Liv and Becky.
They really had a great match. I wish they had more time because there's only like 8 minutes.
I'm thinking they're running this back.
I think this is going to Mania.
You're right. I agree, and I think not right away. So I think that it's going to be.
I think this is going to be. I mean, I know a lot of people on the internet were saying it. This is going to be similar to a Daniel Bryan type push.
Yeah.
In terms of how the story unfolds.
Yeah.
Where she got wronged here.
Mm-hmm.
Now she'll probably keep getting wronged.
And crawl her way back.
And crawl her way back up. Maybe win the Rumble.
I think that I don't know about winning the Rumble because I don't think she needs to. I think the story to feud
Yeah, but when did they ever?
Yeah, you're right. Like Edge didn't need. Yeah.
Edge never needed.
Yeah, but she showed that she can hang.
100%.
I mean, the last time we saw her show something like this was when she wrestled Charlotte on a random Raw.
Yeah.
And like she could hang.
Yeah.
And credit to Becky, like seasoned veteran, very talented wrestler. Like help her out a little bit, get her to a good match, and she did that.
Yeah.
But Liv can hang.
I don't think we give Becky enough credit for how good she is.
I don't necessarily think we don't give her credit. She just talks herself up enough. You know what I mean? Like, I sing praise about Charlotte, and that's because I think Charlotte is that good. Yeah. Like, I think people need to understand that Charlotte, like, kind of as we discussed, is a top 10 talent on the roster.
Yeah.
Like, not just... She is a better in-ring performer by a noticeable margin than Becky.
Yes.
But Becky is by no means a slouch.
No.
She is the second tier of women's wrestler because the first tier is Charlotte.
Yeah.
Like, it's Charlotte, class of her own, maybe when Asuka's healthy, Asuka. So Charlotte, Asuka. But then it's Becky. Mm. And promo-wise, it's Bayley, Becky.
Yeah. And then another tier.
Yeah, and then another tier. Then it falls off. Like, Becky is no slouch. There's a reason she got herself. And like I said, herself. She did this as a character, as a personality to the top. So,
I mean, I don't know. She wasn't the last one in NXT. Never won the NXT championship.
Yeah.
Came up, was overshadowed by Charlotte again.
Yep.
Like, she did this.
And then Sasha and Bayley had their own thing. That was
catapulted both of them.
Yeah. So Becky kind of had to like scrape and claw her way to be this personality, this guy, and Who knows, man? Just a little Seth Rollins rub gets you in. But it doesn't matter.
No,
When
she was already there.
Yeah, when she
was
got
already
her
there.
opportunity to shine, she shined. And
Yeah.
she's been shining.
Yeah.
So,
Did you hear that stat they said?
where she's been a champ for...
Since WrestleMania 35?
Yeah, every time she's been a
been healthy,
consecutive
she's been the champion.
Yeah, it's insane. And maybe I'm speaking for myself, and maybe it's the gaps that kind of help it out. Doesn't feel stale.
No, it does not.
Doesn't feel stale.
Not at all.
So,
No.
like, when, you got Roman as champion for 500 days, he's doing it, and it's, incredible run, feud after feud, not stale. Becky's doing it, doesn't have the same competition to pick from.
No, it is
as
a little
Roman.
harder. It is a little harder.
And she's
and
still...
that's not the fault of the talent. That's the fault of
It's
creative.
just, people aren't written to
They're
be
not
strong
built
competitors. to
anyone.
her.
They kind of just like throw people in now.
And somehow, Becky's still making it work
Yeah.
without feeling stale.
100%.
So, I mean, good on her. And I'm sure the gaps do help a little bit because it feels like a
because it feels like
quote
separate
unquote
runs.
new title
Yeah.
reign. But, I mean, good on her.
Yeah.
Anything else? Raw.
I
Big,
don't think so.
big standout matches. No,
I don't have much.
a good Raw.
Yeah.
The big stories that they're
The
pushing.
Broniment.
Oh,
The RK Broniment.
RK Broniment. I did forget that. The
It's
jackets.
happening. I mean, it's a good idea. We talked about the tournaments
Yeah.
before. Tournaments are a good idea.
Yeah.
Get more people on TV. I mean,
Mm-hmm. Oh, I guess talking about the tag division. See the Descent. AJ and Omos.
yeah,
I don't know how
I
much
don't
to
like
look
it.
into it.
I don't like it.
This
I hope.
is probably a Mania match.
I hope
in the
so.
making.
I hope he doesn't win the Rumble. I do have concerns about that. Because I think Omos is good. I don't think he's that good.
I think that it's very easy to deal with that. I think you do the same thing you did with every other big man before him. And
Okay.
sure, he fights it off once. He maybe even fights it off twice.
Or,
No, he
even
doesn't.
better. AJ tosses him out.
Yeah, there you go.
There it is.
Feud. Boom.
Boom.
Mania
Write
match.
it down. Write it down, Vince.
Boom. Book
Yeah.
the ticket.
Book it.
I
I don't really have too much more.
Seeds of
this
Descent
week.
on that. I had something when we were talking about Omos. I lost it now. So that stinks.
Yeah. You're saying Mania match, but I
Yeah,
don't really know
no,
that.
Kind of lost my train of thought. Not a big
Happens.
deal.
Happens.
If it was that important, would have brought it back up.
It's true. That's
Yeah.
really okay. Yeah.
A little outside of wrestling, I guess. Unfortunate news.
Yeah, Jeff, man.
Jeff Hardy
Released.
parting ways. It's sad to see it.
I mean, like, wrestling aside, hope Jeff gets healthy, man.
Yeah,
Apparently, they offered him help.
so every wrestling fan in the world's mind, when Jeff Hardy does something bad, your mind goes right to, relapse,
Yeah.
drug use. I don't know.
Yeah.
I
Don't want to be the one.
speculation that I don't
Not really
know.
on us.
What was put out was that WWE offered Jeff Hardy rehab or help. He declined and was released. Reading between the lines, it sounds like he was having another issue with drugs. I don't know. I hope not.
Yeah.
The guy,
Whatever it was,
yeah.
hoping,
the guy put his life on the line
gets
for
himself
us
together.
for years and
20 at
years
least.
of entertainment. Like,
Yeah.
the least people on the internet could do is, like,
Give him a little respect.
respect the guy.
Yeah.
Like, hope for the best for him.
Yep.
Not that I see much of the other way.
No, most people are pretty.
Most
Most
people-
people. I mean, how do you hate Jeff?
Most people love Jeff.
You could dislike,
What we
like,
do.
We always,
Jeff, maybe hang it up. And maybe if you listen to us.
and that's not because
Yeah.
like we don't like Jeff, because we love Jeff.
Yeah, but it's for this reason exactly.
Yeah.
That it's like, unfortunate, but
Hope
best,
he,
best of luck.
Yeah.
Other news, Rey Mysterio makes an announcement. Yeah, I don't know if you saw this one.
I don't think I did.
Rey Mysterio says, watch Friday Night Smackdown of 12:10. History-changing announcement for Mr. 619.
Is he moving?
Don't know what it
Is he
means.
gonna be like
Mr.
Mr.
631.
234 or something?
Yeah.
Like, what's happening?
Don't know what it means.
He's not even on SmackDown.
Don't know what it means. Or what did he say? Watch Raw for Monday? I don't know. Whatever he said. He said history altering for Mr.
He's taking the
619.
mask off.
Dude, no way.
I don't think that kid be
The
it.
most historic luchador
That is
ever.
that's history changing.
Ah, boy. I hope
I don't know
not.
what that could be. I really don't.
Maybe he announces that it really was Eddie's son.
That'd be crazy. That'd be crazy. Could you imagine? It's like Dominic.
I'm sorry, but I can't live this lie
Can't live this
anymore.
line anymore.
That would be nuts.
Not your dad. Wow. I just won a ladder match and then I had to run with it for the last 20 years.
I won custody over you.
Yeah.
But the way you've been losing is such a disappointment. I had to expose the truth.
Yeah, I don't know what that could be.
Yeah, I don't know, but am I interested?
I mean, I'll watch now.
A little bit.
I might.
A little bit.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what happens.
I've been sitting here talking about how much I hate the Mysterios and want them off TV.
No, I mean, I like Ray. Like we always said, once we saw Ray in MSG,
he's
like
still
Ray's still pretty good.
Yeah.
He's faster than he looks.
Yeah, I don't hate the Mysterios. I don't
hate down.
Yeah. So as much as I say that, I'm still gonna watch.
I'm interested. I'm interested. They
Interested.
got me.
More not in-ring news.
Sure.
You guys should watch Ruthless Aggression Season 2. I just finished it. 5 quick episodes. No more than 45 minutes. Very, very good. Very, very good. I mean, we say it. WWE never misses on their,
their documentaries and stuff. They're can't miss TV.
Can't miss. You don't have to watch them in order because, they don't really tie in one to the other. So my recommendation, start with the last one. It's about the Performance Center.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And, the history of the Performance Center, OVW and things.
They talk about Tough Enough in there?
Yes. So they talk about Tough Enough, OVW, and how it all together leads into
Performance Center.
Performance Center. Very cool episode. Very cool. They show, obviously, Shelton, Cena, Lesnar, Batista, Randy, all of them. The second class of them, like Ziggler, Morrison, all of them. So, definitely cool to watch.
That is cool.
You kind of, you see some things you forgot.
Yeah.
Like Morrison winning Tough Enough.
Did you really?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah. See some things you forget. Miz.
Was on Tough Enough. I knew that.
Yeah. It's fun stuff, man. It takes down memory lane a little bit, or if you're...
we can talk about that super fast.
Yeah.
That's going to be a cool match.
Miz and Edge.
Yeah. That's going to be cool.
Absolutely.
They're going to be good.
That's from Raw. That was a memorable thing from Raw.
Yeah.
Will be good.
Yeah.
Just so much wrestling, guys. Sometimes it just...
Yeah. So much content.
Yeah. But, if you're an older fan, like, me, or maybe a younger guy, where you didn't see all of the Ruthless Aggression era, definitely watch it.
Yeah.
It's fun stuff. Love it.
Definitely
That's my
good.
recommendation.
Yeah, definitely good.
I think that wraps it up.
Yeah. Thank you guys for watching.
As always, thanks for tuning in.
Like, comment, subscribe down below.
Yeah.
Follow us on Instagram and Twitter, at resthold_pod. We're on Spotify. We're on Apple Podcasts.
Yeah.
Anywhere you want to listen to some media, we're there.
I mean, we try to be as interactive as possible. I know I kind of say it every week, but we try to get more interactive as we go. So talk to us. Let us know your thoughts. Comment, subscribe, tweet at us.
Everything.
Instagram, comments. Send us something you want us to talk about. Yeah. Anything. We're
super
here for
quick,
the people.
Super quick little announcement-ish thing. We've talked about this before. I didn't really tell you about this beforehand. We'll do a more official thing about it later on. For the Rumble, we're probably going to do boxes of some kind.
Ooh.
Kind of buying for a spot.
Let's go.
If the person wins.
Yeah. 1 through 30.
1 through 30, you'll get a spot. It'll be randomized numbers.
Buy in.
Get something if somebody wins. Get somebody so they have the most eliminations. Stuff like that. So
yeah, I like it.
Got some fun stuff planned for the Rumble Mania season. So stay tuned. Yeah.
Tune in. We're gonna have to get this together. Yeah, soon. So tune in.
Start getting it soon.
Let's go.
All right, guys.
Peace.
Peace.